Jonah, the son of Amittai, he was a great prophet, a man who feared God and God's servant in the Old Testament. One day, God spoke to him and
said, Arise, get down to Nineveh and cry against it, because their wickedness has come towards me.
This was the instruction of the Lord to Jonah. But Jonah disobeyed and boarded the ship heading towards Tarshish instead of Nineveh. Jonah paid for his fare, boarded the ship, and went deep down beneath the ship just to go away from the presence of the Lord as the ship headed towards Tarshish. But suddenly there was a great storm, and there was a great storm in the sea. The storm was on a very high range to a point that it wanted to break the ship in the center of the sea, and everyone became afraid. They began to throw out their luggages into the sea. Everyone became afraid, and they began to cry out to their God for help. But Jonah went down deep below the ship, but he was fast asleep. So the captain of the ship woke him up and said, Why do you sleep? Arise and call upon your God. Who knows, maybe your God will save us. But suddenly everyone began to cast lots, and the lots fell on Jonah. And the captain of the ship called him and asked him a question. Who are you? Tell us your occupation and country and who you are. And Jonah said to everyone, I am Jonah. I am an Hebrew, and I serve the Almighty God that created the heavens and the earth and the sea and the land. And everyone became afraid because they knew that he was trying to run away from the presence of the Almighty God. So they all asked him, What shall we do for you to make sure there is a great calm in the sea? And Jonah said to them, Take me up and throw me into the sea, for I know it's because of me you people are experiencing this raging storm. And they cried unto God and said, We beg you, O Lord, let us not perish because of this man's life. Let us not perish because of him. And they carried him and they threw him into the sea, and there was a great calm in the sea. And Jonah was drawn deep down beneath the sea. And the people in the ship became afraid of the calmness in the sea. And God prepared a fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days. And Jonah cried unto God for mercy. And God spoke to the fish to vomit Jonah at the seashore of Nineveh. The fish vomited Jonah, and Jonah was at the dry land of Nineveh. And God spoke to Jonah again.
Arise, go and preach the message that I sent you to the land of Nineveh.
And Jonah obeyed and preached God's message to the people of Nineveh. Nevertheless, the people gathered, and they cried unto God for mercy, and they repented of their sins. Even the king of Nineveh repented of his sins. He put on rags. He declared fasting on both animals and human beings in all his kingdom, and he sat in ashes, crying out for mercy, and everyone engaged in fasting.